Well, my first appreciation when I was in school, I was trying to do a couple of cartoon and comics when I was in class 6th standard. Journey started from that very third bench. I was a third bencher in my school, and I was supposed to do some maths. Instead of doing maths, I was doing cartooning. So, from that jail, doing cartoons, making comics, writing stories, creating something for my people, so that people can earn, we can start a little bit of creative thing. Zara hatke. So what I started.
लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे सब्जेक्ट्स होंगे, ठीक है? जो भी हमारे टाइप्स हैं, वी आर क्रिएटिंग अ क्लब्स. इस क्लब में आपके पास रेगुलर मेल्स आएंगे रिगार्डिंग द जॉब वैकेंसीज. किस कंपनी में कितनी वैकेंसीज एंड व्हाट एग्जैक्टली लैंग्वेजेस आर दे लुकिंग फॉर. जैसे कि अभी जो सबसे पहले हमारे स्पीकर थे, पैकेजेस टिल 5 to 6 lakhs इफ यू आर एन एक्सपोर्ट डेवलपर. सो इस पे आप आके एक्सपोर्ट का एग्जाम दे सकते हैं एंड यू कैन गेट अ रैंकिंग लाइक आउट ऑफ 10 आपको मार्क्स मिलेंगे. So the people like Chandan and the other companies, they'll place a vacancy. That whoever gets out of 10, let's say more than 7, 8 or 9 rankings, they can directly communicate them for a call interview, and after the interview they'll be placed in the companies. Right now हमारे placement types जिनसे हुए हैं, you can see them like ITC, Tata Steel, Kodak, SR, and many more are coming up. Plus, instead of just giving the placement views, this will also give you the blogs which will guide you towards the industry. कि exactly industry में कितनी jobs अभी कहाँ हैं. If you like want to know, हम बहुत सारे questions देखते हैं और इस तरह के बहुत question आते हैं. सर मैं Java सीखूं, C++ सीखूं, J# सीखूं. क्योंकि main चीज है you have to learn programming. Language is not necessary. You can develop in anything, whether it's C, C++ or Java. But still, to remove your confusion, you can choose the languages from here. And from our side, we can place notes like this company is looking for a person who is good in this language. So you can opt for that language. And this complete exam format is same as CAT and GMAT. So you will receive a mail that suppose on 21st January and 4 o'clock the exam will start. So you will have to be online. You will get your ID. That will be only for that session. From 4, let's say exam is from 4 to 4:30, so that ID will be from 4 to 4:30. You have to log in from any system. You can use your books, you can use your friends, but you have to finish that exam in 30 minutes. Okay? This exam will be conducted in the college under the TNPs. Okay? So your teachers will be there, and maybe some external from our side might be there. And you have to finish this exam and get the ranking. And on the basis of that ranking, you will get the job. Before this exam, in the mail, you will get the details like what will be your job profile, what work you will be doing, what language you should know, and also what approximate salary will be given to you. So these kind of details will be uploaded, as well as some of the tutorials or initial beginning. Let's say suppose you are good in Java and there is job requirement for Xcoder or from some scripting part and you don't know. So few tutorials will be there. If you are good enough, you can start learning from these tutorials and continue, and then you can give exams. So they will guide you through the total process of when the exam will be starting, what all will be the course contents, and what all will be the job profiles. Okay, so for this we will be coming to your colleges and have तो Facebook पे सिर्फ virtualinfocom सर्च करना है, उससे आप हमसे जुड़ सकते हैं. Otherwise you can just throw us a mail and you can be part of us. Okay, and for more details you should contact your TNP later on once we have contacted them. Okay, and okay, so this is what we have for you today. The only thing remaining is a B2B meet जिसमें हम TNP से जो भी टीचर्स आए हैं उनसे मिलना चाहेंगे और जो भी फ्रीलांसर्स या कंपनीज हैं जो मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन या गेमिंग में डील करती है. For the student, this session is now over. Yeah. Okay.
May I ask the companies and the freelancers who would like to meet the guests to be in the next room? उस तरफ होगा room. So we will start it after 5 minutes. Is it fine? Thank you.
या फिर कोई एप्लीकेशन बनाते हैं तो 3D बनाने के लिए भी you use different tools or software. But अगर कुछ सिंपल सा बनाना हो, अगर आप बनाना चाहते हैं जो 10 मिनट के अंदर बन जाए, how you can make that or what kind of animation you can build is through this tool, which is also part of the Windows Phone mobile development code which I am writing here. Code would be generated in the background, and you can somebody who is interested in development can actually use the code to use the same code to build further using the Visual Studio toolkit. So expression blend or Visual Studio environment can be used simultaneously. Somebody who is interested in designing can use the expression blend. Somebody who is interested to develop code can use the Visual Studio environment. So let me go ahead and so you can think of building games. How many of you heard about World of Warcraft? बहुत कम लोगों ने सुना है. Let me quickly tell you, it's a game which is played on the internet. It's not a standalone game, which is played on the internet. और उसमें लोग इतना ज़्यादा पॉपुलर हो चुका है कि there is some person who would play the game for maybe let's say 12 hours straight. Then he will give the game to other person who will play the same character, train it. And then once they have enough training done for that character, they sell it to people in Europe and America. Okay?
My application, right? अब अगर आप इससे application बनाना चाहते हैं, okay? So how you can design and develop application with this platform is quite similar to what Chandan showed you with the other version, Unity, but this is absolutely free again. So मैं इसके ऊपर में कुछ draw करना चाहता हूँ, okay? So first of all इस पे बहुत कुछ लिखा हुआ है. These tags, the name, page, application. For building animation or designing games or building games, we don't need all of this. मुझे ये सब नहीं चाहिए. So what I'll do is I'll simply remove इसको मैं यहाँ से जाकर के delete कर दूँगा. Okay. Building certain things. So over here I just drew a rectangle. Okay. इसमें select option है. I go there and choose the color. It changes the color. So it's color picker, the same fashion what Chandan showed in the Unity framework. We have something similar over there. Playing the game, you don't want to see any of those icons. You want the full screen, right? So उसको करने के लिए आप phone पे जाइए and वो भी चला जाएगा. So I have full screen now. I can build on the full screen. Okay. Now I drew on the layout, I actually first of all drew a rectangle. Let me just get that rectangle back and show you something. So मैंने अभी blue color का rectangle draw करके blue color डाला था उसमें. But what I want is rounded shape. पहले अगर आप जैसे कोड कर रहे हो UI जब लिखते हो buttons, different types of buttons, right? Buttons are generally square buttons, but these days in the enterprise जब आप company में जाते हो, designer would say I need rounded shape button, rounded corner button. So it's very simple over here. You get a tag. You just use a mouse. Change the corners to rounded corner button. So you can actually make a circle also over here. Circle का property क्या होता है? It's same, right? Use this circle and do something. A game बहुत popular game is called ice hockey. As of now, when I draw something over here, इस पे mouse click पे क्या होना चाहिए? It will work accordingly. So अभी मैंने कुछ कोड भी नहीं लिखा है. It starts working now. Okay? अभी मैं इसको उठा करके ऊपर नीचे कर सकता हूँ. It's very simple, right? So अब इसके ऊपर में गेम कैसे बना सकते हैं? How you can think of building a game? बहुत simple है. If you, I'll show you one thing. Like for instance, अभी मैं इसको फिर से डिजाइन व्यू में जाता हूँ. I'll just go back to the design view. I want to have maybe a goal post. Over here, now this is rectangle, square shape. I want to choose the rectangle. So let's just delete this. And there's also use some engine, physics engine, which is part of open source code from Microsoft. It's absolutely free, available for free. So what I'll do is I'll choose a physics engine in this game. सबसे पहले फिजिक्स कंट्रोलर बिहेवियर लेना होता है. दैट्स द मेन कंट्रोलर बिहेवियर. So it goes off. I can make it straight and then I'll let it go out of the screen. So it goes off. So it's very simple to make such kind of applications. Very, very simple. Now you can think of building on top of it. Using having some kind of logic for building a game. So I would like to conclude my talk, but before that, एक और चीज दिखाना चाहता हूँ मैं आपको. How many of you have seen Kinect? Okay, this is the last part of the video, and then if you have any questions, I'll ask about it. So यहाँ पर अभी आप एक बंदी फोन लेके बैठी है, and the other guy who is standing over there is actually having a playing, giving input to the Kinect device. So there is a projector behind the projector here. You can see the mouse. This is the Kinect sensor. Okay, TV पे. Just have a quick look in the game and think of it. Technical paper यहाँ पर? Okay, a few. So last year, 2011, I wrote a paper with some of my colleagues using the same platform, Xbox, Kinect, and the phone. जिसमें यहाँ पर you saw this input coming of balls, right? Instead of the ball, what we used to have as an input was some characters. So do you know what dyslexic students, dyslexia? So people who are not able to read properly, right? So for them, you have to train the kids or the people who are suffering from that issue. We have to train them. So we have used the same platform to build applications wherein we input the characters, and the student or the kid or the person who is suffering from that would be able to see that, and just move the hand. So it also helps the other people, the people who have left and right hand coordination issue, they can also look into that, and choose the character, and the Kinect would sense the hand movement, it will take that input and give you output, right, saying that it is the correct character. Let's say if you have input A and the person goes to raise hand or wave hand at A or say A, you can take that input from the Kinect device and give it as an output saying that you have won, so you won. So that gives us some sort of inspiration, to the kids or the person who is suffering from that. They get more inspiration to build or work on such kind of devices. So it is a very rich platform. Again, I'm emphasizing that again and again over again, so that you can think on it and start building applications. So any questions? I'll take 2 minutes. Any questions? It's just some sort of intelligence given to the program, right?
Yes.
So what do you think is required in this particular code? What is required in this particular code? Already answered. So we need something like random number generator for calculating the distance and then pulling on the stone to the opponent.
But I have a question. How will you ensure that the person will win? Because for the random, it could be sense that for many a times that game can destroy the opponent, the main human, and it will make him bored that he is not going to win again and again. So
great. That's again. So इन्होंने जो question पूछा, I just wanted to reiterate बाकी लोगों के लिए. इन्होंने question पूछा जो catapult game कंप्यूटर का कोड किस तरह से लिखा गया था? How we make sure that अगर असली में मैंने तो इस गेम में बदमाशी करी थी. I actually made असली में कैसा होता है? If you want to play a game, you want the opponent to be strong. तभी आप खेलना चाहेंगे, right? So how would you make that artificial in this code? Am I correct in asking that?
Yes.
Okay. So इसमें सबसे पहला चीज सही होता है, you need to have a random number generator for which you would be able to throw that particular stone randomly. Second thing, I want the computer to hit me, right? उसके लिए आप कैसे calculate करेंगे? So first of all, what I do is I check the distance of when the user inputting, right? As the end user, I'm trying to draw an arrow through which I'm using the parabolic movement and throwing the stone. So the same distance also give an error code in between that. So you will see that when you're playing the game, if in the real game, अगर मैं अच्छा खेल रहा हूँ as a player, if I'm playing great, the computer also learns and start playing more, better and better. So it will actually take the same kind of distance what I am taking as a player, and will also start hitting it. So heuristic. So Visual Studio Xnate platform is a place wherein you have to write all the code yourself. So अगर मैं इसमें learning में भी डाला नहीं था, heuristic are not good. But if you want to put heuristic, you can have a separate function. I'll show you that quickly. I'll show you outside. Maybe
okay. Yeah, I will complete. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Am I audible? Hello. How many of you have actually developed games? Nobody? Any idea? Sorry? I can have hands. Any? Yes, you can integrate with Facebook. Do you know that? Do you know that Facebook requires a secured server on which you need to host your game? Do you know that? Yes, so you know that you have to pay extra for the certification and then host your game there. You know that? Because you can only have your game on the HTTPS. Only then you can have it on Facebook. I guess many of you know that already. Great, but if you your game on the ibibo gaming portal in India, we have around 15 million unique user base for the Indian community. You don't know that. Then what we are here for? We are here just for these 3 simple steps that we show here. You publish, you create your application, you create your games, you publish them on our apps platform, and 3, make money out of it. Simple as that. 1, 2, 3. You know about the social platforms? Anybody? You can see them right over here. You have your mobile phones, you have your laptops, you have Xbox. All these are the mediums through which we connect in our social environment. So, what are these online social games? Anyone? Games, right? What is the meaning of social in it? Anyone? Yeah, again.
Online.
Okay, you are partly correct. Thank you. My game with my social community, like you guys, and you guys. You can play in your own community, or you can interact with the group over here. So it becomes more interesting for a gamer. You're not just playing for yourself for the heck of just killing time, but you're interacting with host of other friends, like we do on Facebook, like we do on other networking sites. So this is how the social element has to be built in. Come and challenge me back. And he had a cop, Gajni, to protect his underworld from you. So likewise, you have to think in those terms. How can you make a game user, buy some inbuilt game items so that you make revenue out of it? So the #1 rule for making a social game is, it is not about the game mechanics. It is not about making a very hardcore gaming. It is not about making a very complex game. It is about engaging the user. If I am standing and I have a whole room full of my friends, then I will be standing there and playing with them rather than just. Today we all make sure to update our status messages, status updates at least once a day. It is part of us. Then, for a gamer, why should he play social games? Now this is not you guys, you are developers. These are the gamers. Why should they engage in the social games? Because it is fun and exciting for them, it is stress relieving for them. It gives them a sense of accomplishment. It will give you a sense of accomplishment if you loot a property of yours. If you loot a property of your friends in Mumbai underworld, that will give you, and you will post it on your ibibo wall page and say to the user, see, I looted my friend's property, see, I'm so powerful, see, I got 1,000 points. That is the power of social media. See, social media works on a simple rule that For example, Arijit enters this room. If he sees an empty room, what will he do? Any idea? Arijit, what will you do if you enter an empty room?
If it's a virtual world, then I'll create a couple of fake accounts.
Nice one. But if it is if it is a empty room, what I will do is I will run away. Seriously, I would not like to be there. So, what your social game has to be like? If you enter your game, you see many familiar faces. For example, this is a snapshot of my yes Prime Minister page on, and you'll do it because you have money involved here. You can sell virtual goods. You can have advertisements on your game page that can get you real money. You can have you are having already built-in networks. ibibo has 15 million user base. You can use that. You showcase your game on our platform. We give you users who are going to use it. Why social games? Have you heard of QQ? QQ is like the Facebook of China. The QQ, like your Facebook icons, they have QQ coins. The value of a QQ coin has increased by 70%. Can you beat that? That is more than appreciation of any actual money, any actual currency that is there. You can Google it. You can Google for QQ. That is our sister company in China. Now we'll go through some of the more details of social gaming, and Abhishek will take that up. Thank you.
Most social games are, but building a social game involves some essential things, otherwise it won't do any good. So these are the 4 essential things that must be there in a social game. Like the success of a game depends upon how many users will actually be playing the game. So the game has to be launched somewhere. So you have to select a platform where there are a large number of users. So ibibo as a platform provides you 15 million user base, which you can exploit and publish your application that is visible to such a large crowd. Now, getting a user base itself is not enough. Like you get a platform, you are there, but nobody would know you are there unless and until you showcase yourself. So you have to viral your application. What virality exactly see on your Facebook profile, the games feeds you see nowadays. Now, this will give you a lot amount of new users. Like new users will be coming to your application. So once you get the new users, you have to make them stick to your application. Otherwise, once they come and they run, you won't get any increase in your user base. So you have to make your game engaging. You have to educate user about the game, like when and how of your game, how to play the game. You have to educate the user, make him stick to the game, and tell him there is something waiting for you that you need to come again and again and exploit. So it would increase your user base, and as your user base increases, it would help you earn more revenue that I'll be talking on later. So this is how a platform gives you a user base. So social games, they actually need a large user base because social games need interaction with your friends. So once there is a large user base, you have friends on your portal. So you can launch your application on a single platform or on multiple platforms to increase the virality. Like you can launch your application on ibibo, then we give you an option of adding it to Chrome. Like Chrome has launched its web store, so we're giving you an option to launch it on web store so that increase the user base. So this is how you get the new users from the virality. This is an example of the feed. Abhishek just hired Rajan to collect money from his property. So this would tempt Rajan to come and play the game with you. So this would increase the new users coming to your game. Now you need to stick those users to become the active user. So you have to educate the user about the game. You have to launch the features in succession. Like in a single player game, you have levels. In the social gaming environment also, you have levels where you can open various things in a succession so that the user has proper idea about what he is actually doing, and he knows if we come again, he has something to exploit. Like this overlay says, kidnap your friends and earn more money. But this feature unlock at level 9. So you need to play consistently, reach that level, and then you can open this feature and play it. So now the main thing, like how you could earn the revenue. So you can earn revenue by advertising. Like we as a platform, we provide a space for you, for your game, and the rest of the space is exploited for various reasons. Like we do advertising, we promote your application. There are the game currency paid and some are the paid ones. So if you want to be more powerful, you have to pay money to earn that power. So this is how the performing well. Then we'll be paying you some extra benefits other than the ones that your application is actually earning through advertisement or through any promotions that we run. So that we'll sharing with you, and if your application performs well, then there are extra benefits that we provide you. So what other benefits that we provide with respect to Facebook, as my friend talked about Facebook. So we have a seamless and easy integration for the platform. There is a OAuth API. Maybe some of you must know about that API with our website. We have distribution and reach for your game. Like you would be exposed to 50 million user base that we have, and we also give you an opportunity to launch your application on Google Web Store. So you also get an opportunity to reach there. Then we have monetization. We are selling virtual items. Like we allow you to sell some items for your virtual currency that will be paid for the user. So we provide that platform. So there is a marketing support that helps you promote your application. When a user comes on the portal, if the application is performing, the per day revenue it generates, the number of users that are coming to the game, so that you can know how and when your application is performing. So this is how it's easy to integrate your application on ibibo. We have that OAuth API, how the game looks once it is running on ibibo. The right hand side, the left hand side is one that we have the seller game house at, and the right hand side shows how it looks when it is on our system. So this explains distribution we are from. We are on Chrome Web Store. We already have 10 applications that are working well on Chrome Web Store, and you definitely have a chance to launch your application with ibibo, and then if it's performing well, we'll give you an option to launch it on Chrome Web Store. This is how the monetization works. This is an example of a game that in which a user tried to buy some item and he doesn't have full amount of money to buy it. So it says buy icons. It opens a screen that shows our internal payment system that helps you integrate your virtual currency with our icon currency, that is the ibibo currency icon. So users can easily purchase these icons and can spend. And the amount they spend, a percentage of that goes to developer. That I will be discussing about percentage. So then we are on mobile also. We have the monetization on mobile, where we have tie-ups with the various mobile subscribers, and the users can even pay and purchase these icons and play applications on mobile. Application is quite hit these days, and Android platform. We have Microsoft platform. We have a lot of platforms these days to launch your application. Similarly, we allow you to integrate your mobile application also on various platforms. Then there is a dedicated marketing team that works to promote your application where your game would be listed if it's performing well. Then there are performance-based incentives that I talked about. Like you achieve 2000 daily active users. Like daily active users means the number of users who actually access your game per day. So if you achieve the target of 2000, we will be giving you the promotion for the games, the extra promotions. If you achieve it, 25,000 monthly active users, like the total number of users who access your game in a month. If it reaches 25,000, then you will get extra bonus of $4,000 and some more benefits. So this goes on and on and on. So this is the revenue share from advertising. You can see the game is working. You have an ad right below the game. So whenever